Alright, what's up everybody and welcome back to Fab Unofficial. As you can probably tell out the back there, it is raining today, so we're going to put this mic to a proper test and we'll see what the audio is like. But this video is going to go up regardless. You know, this channel is about having some fun, so you guys can let me know if the audio sounds terrible or not. But, so, today I'd originally planned to do a deck list, a deep dive into Florian or Vincent or something, until I realized that obviously I got my dates mixed up and Tampa isn't until this weekend coming, which means there's no point really doing a deck list, right? We have 20% of the Majestics, if that, I think. That's just a random percentage I heard somewhere. But we don't have very many. And even though we have a bunch of commons, the truth is even a specific legendary piece can totally change a deck and how it plays. So I'm going to hold off on any of that and any of my Runeblade thoughts until after this weekend when we have the full set. So, the title of this video, LSS, you dirty little tease. You guys may or may not be well aware, but if you saw the thumbnail of this video, then there is some pretty sick looking Japanese alt art promo heroes that have been floating around the interwebs. Now, these were spoiled at 3 events. So we've had 3 heroes spoiled, teased with a just insane alt art Japanese, almost anime manga kind of style. First one was Dorinthia at Battle Hardened San Diego. Then we had Nu spoiled at Battle Hardened Osaka, I believe. And then most recently, and to be honest, the hero that really got me caring about all of this, Viserai, with the sickest artwork I have ever seen on a hero card, spoiled at Battle Hardened Lisbon. So, obviously we know LSS likes to tease us, you know, as consumers. They've done promo cards in the past. We've seen region exclusive stuff previously, but I just wanted to jump in, talk about this because I am so hyped and I so desperately want to get my hands on one of those Viserai promos. But as always, you know, you shouldn't spend too much time on Twitter, to be honest, it will rot your mind, but there is always chats to the positive and negatives about promos and things like this. So I did want to touch on quite quickly whether I think region-specific promos are okay. And in short, the answer is yes. This is nothing new we haven't seen before, right? There's tons of examples, like I even noted, it took me like 2 minutes to jot a couple down. First one on the list was which was really sick, the almost fortune cookie kind of alternate art Taiwan exclusive Fate for Scene. Now you can actually see the details on all of these promos on the Fab website. They have a special tab and it tells you when they were given away and how and region specific stuff and all of that. But yeah, the alternate art Taiwan exclusive Fate for Scene, which was dope, and they've come down a little bit now since Fate for Scene's been in cold fall, but they're still multiple hundreds of dollars. We had the Merlion Sigil of Solace, which we've seen given out at different regions, and obviously Worlds last year had a different Sigil of Solace extended art promo, and one that's dear to my heart. Locally here in New Zealand, we obviously had the Go Bananas promo. Some of you may not know what that card does, and that is because it is not legal in official tournament play, and it is specific to UPF, and the promo cards were given out by a retailer here in New Zealand called Mighty Ape. So New Zealand, we are a tiny country, island, off in the corner of the globe, and Amazon does not feel the need to operate here. So New Zealand doesn't have Amazon, little, you know, tidbit for you guys. But Mighty Ape is the largest online retailer here in the country. And when LSS launched shortly after, they, you know, partnered up with them and gave them special promos to use and give away. Mighty Ape has a big physical location just north of Auckland, and they do run events as well, hobby leagues and all of that sort of thing, armories and pre-releases and so on. So at those events, you could win these promos. Now that's about as region specific as it gets. I know LSS is based here, but like that's not even region, that's country specific, and a very small country, you know, as that. But yeah, obviously we had the Go Bananas, and we've seen things like Team Covenant exclusive promos, and more recently the Lightning Cold Foil Rune Chant that's an SCG exclusive, which some of you may not realize, but not everybody buys from SCG or can order from Team Covenant. Well, I say should order from Team Covenant, right? So they are, all of those promos that those various retailers use are US region specific, regardless of how many may be given out. But hero cards do feel a little bit different. Like, there's a real prestige to a special use hero promo. You can just think like the Pro Tour hero cards that are given out sell for 25,000 plus US dollars and tend to be one of ones. But we've also seen this in the past as well, right? The most obvious one are the original 8 heroes from WTR and ARC, which appeared in the Black Label history packs that regionalized for through Europe based on language. That's region specific. I haven't seen any Black Label history packs land here in New Zealand, and getting your hands on any of those promos is all but impossible unless you're attending a major event in some other country. And then, you know, again here in New Zealand in the early days, we saw a lot of the original Cold 4 heroes given away. So at the first Nationals, I think in the first year, New Zealand was the only country that had a Nationals, and entry prize was one of those original 8 Cold 4 promo heroes, and then we saw them at other various events as well. So nothing new, whether it's regular cards or hero promo cards. We've seen region exclusivity before, and so yes, it is okay. I have absolutely no problem with it, and I think, to be honest, it is just hype in general. So LSS, eat your heart out. You know, I want to see some more of this dope ass stuff. Okay, so next discussion point on this video is, how do I think these sweet Japanese alt art heroes are going to be used? Now, one thing I'd like to point out, LSS are definitely just a dirty little tease, right? They love giving you no information, put in some sweet artwork out there, and it's part of why I love this TCG, right? Like, it is super engaging, and I think it's awesome. But I should note, I don't think they are so much of a tease that they would be putting these giant cards and revealing this new artwork to the world at Battle Hardens that exist, that are in, you know, San Diego, so in the US. Obviously Osaka is in Japan, and it's where Worlds will be, but I'll touch on that in a minute. And then more recently, Lisbon, right, over in Europe. They are clearly revealing this to the world. So, in my opinion, I think that these are going to be a Osaka World exclusive. We know the recent launch in Japan is really, really big for the company. We know that this is a 5th year anniversary. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, these are going to be a Worlds exclusive, but I do not think they are going to be in those 5th anniversary booster packs. I think, how should I word this? So, I don't think they're going to be in the 5th anniversary booster packs, because I believe that those booster packs will be distributed elsewhere, not just at Worlds. And I do think that these heroes are going to be a specific Osaka Worlds only. So my call is, I think we're going to see a handful on the prize wall. It's going to be revealed that they're going to be on the prize wall, that you can trade in ticks. I would say there's going to be maybe 50 of each of the heroes in total. I don't see them doing many more than that. LSS love things that are super scarce. They love to create, you know, secondary market demand for their cards. It's one of the best things about this hobby, that you can invest money in cards and they generally maintain that value. So wouldn't be surprised if we see only about 50 copies of each of the heroes, with maybe 80% of those available on the prize wall. There'll be some crazy amount of tickets, which is basically going to establish the value. Probably, I would imagine, whatever something like $400 equivalent is for them, given how scarce they are. And then I think we'll see some special side events on the weekend where you can win them, as we've seen with the Dutch style arcane barrier equipment in Amsterdam just gone. And then I could easily see them sweetening the pot for the top 16 of the World Championships themselves, where the top 16 win a random one of these heroes as addition to the already advertised prize pool. There's obviously a lot of ways that these could be distributed at that event, but 100% I think from your opportunity to get your hands on these, if it's not through the secondary market, is going to be somewhere between the start and end of that Worlds event in Osaka, happening end of October, beginning of November. So yeah, I couldn't be more hyped. I freaking, yeah, LSS, tease me some more. I want to see some more heroes. It feels weird that there would only be 3 heroes printed in this manner, so I do think we will see a couple more, and there is a couple more events before Osaka. I could see them easily doing like 5 heroes. So my picks for the other 2 would be Prism. It's a no-brainer. James White's on record as Prism being his favorite hero, and I do think, you know, they have catered to the illusionist simps in the past, so I think an alt-art Japanese Prism would be, you know, pretty dope. And then I could imagine like a Victor, you know, or potentially a KO, one of the heavy hitters heroes, getting that alt-art treatment as well. So yeah, but we'll see. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it. If you guys haven't seen them, the images, I'll pop them up on the screen now, so you can see what I've been talking about this whole time. But yeah, there's a ton of sick stuff coming up. I'm looking at the LSS website as we speak, and as of recording this, there's an article that's blacked out, currently rewriting the book, which will go live some point in the next 24 hours, supposedly, and by none other than James White himself. And they've just announced this could be a whole other video, but they've just announced more about the Fab World Cup, the teams event happening at Osaka, which is going to be living legend format. So each team member, three members per team, each one has to play a different hero. So even though Zen is, I think, obviously the best deck in the format, you're going to see a lot of diversity in that, and I think it's going to bring a lot of hype to the World Championship and really set it apart as an event from the other Pro Tours that we see during the year. But this is the magical Christmas land of TCG times. We have a month where we've got a new set, hyped promos, special releases. We're getting tons of lore, all in the lead up to Worlds, to sort of, you know, the culmination of 2024 Fab season. It is a great time to be alive. So expect way more videos from me as and when things are spoiled and we get more information. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.